There's an old saying that seeing is believing. But what if you don't believe your eyes? My name is David Flowers. After years of paranormal experiences, I've decided I needed to capture proof. So I gathered some gear and went off to find my own evidence. Come with me as I investigate paranormal places. On this episode of Paranormal Places, we're on Galveston Island, and this time, it's the haunted Grand Galvez Hotel. On August 27th, 1900, Galveston was hit by a devastating Class 4 hurricane. Storm surge up to 15 feet, wind speeds up to 150 miles an hour. 2/3 of the city of Galveston was destroyed, with the death toll being above 8,000 people, with thousands just missing. Most of the bodies were burned right here on the beach, but it is said that thousands were buried in a mass grave, possibly directly underneath the hotel. After the hurricane, a seawall was built. This whole area was filled in, and the hotel was built on top. The Hotel Galvez was a testament to its island's strength, determination, reconstruction, and a new life to the city. It just so happens that the night that we stay, it storms. Thunder, lightning, a perfect night for ghost hunting. A perfect night to explore the hotel's most haunted room, 501, where the woman in white is said to stay.
It's the Haunted Hotel. I think that's 501 right over there. At the end of that road right there. 501. Right there. Bum, bum, bum.
As you ascend the stairs to the second floor, on the landing is a portrait of the hotel's namesake, Bernardo de Galvez. Visitors attempting to photograph the portrait are said to sometimes see a skull-shaped glare in the picture, prompting a legend that the portrait's eyes follow people and it requires permission to be photographed. If permission was not asked, the skull would appear in front of his face. Sister Catherine is another haunted host of this historic hotel. Sister Catherine belonged to the Sisters of Charity, which at the time oversaw St. Mary's Orphans Asylum. The hurricane of 1900 ravaged the island, and with it St. Mary's Orphanage Asylum, As an attempt to save as many children as possible, the sisters cut cloth into rope, which they then tied the children. These ropes were then attached to the waists of the sisters, who hoped to withstand the storms, winds, and rain and high water. Some suspect that the ropes were counterproductive, actually leading, or at least contributing, to the deaths of the orphanage. 19 children and 10 sisters perished in the hurricane, still attached to one another. Their remains were found along the beach, right in front of the hotel. Their bodies were buried where they were found, leading some to suspect that the Hotel Galvez stands above their massive graves. It's no surprise that visitors claim to catch their apparitions. Guests hear of phantom children running and laughing through the hotel, playing the piano in the lobby, and running through the halls. You can listen to the sounds of their laughter, but if you look close enough, the children themselves remain unseen. Some suspect that these are the orphans killed during the hurricane of 1900. If so, perhaps Sister Catherine lurks close by. The restaurant in the Galvez is top-notch, open early for breakfast and staying open late for dinner and cocktails.
Killed it.
After dinner and a few drinks, we are on our way upstairs to find the woman in white in room 501.
And then we'll go to 5, 3, 4, 5. Monkeys everywhere.
The woman in white, her name was Audra. In the 1950s, Audra would rent room 501 so that she could peer out the window to watch for her husband's ship as it returned from its voyages. But during one stormy night, she got word that her husband's ship had gone down and all lives were lost. In her despair, she climbed to the hotel's west turret, threw a rope over one of the rafters, and hanged herself. And in a tragically poetic end to the story, the news of her husband's death was incorrect, and he returned to the hotel to find her dead. And now the woman in white is seen walking the halls, endlessly searching for her husband.
I like this better. That's better. More monkeys. If you're coming to the Galvez, you gotta get used to the monkey wallpaper.
Yeah, it just gives me a headache.
Just get used to it now, because it'll be everywhere. This is the wonderful wall print that's everywhere. Here's our room, and here we are. Here's Dave.
Yeah. Alright, go open the door, Dave. More of the printed walls. There's a phone. We exit our room to go explore the hotel. We decide to go to one of the top floors just to see if we can get lost in the building and see where we end up. Sweet. How fucking cool is this? This one's open. Should we go inside? It's like a stairwell. Oh, it's a stairwell. This voice is very similar to one that I captured at the Driscoll Hotel. It is also on the 5th floor that we capture this incredible EVP. Oh, we're up another stairs. Did you hear that? I heard a voice. She went, hey. That was great. Hey. Whoa, dude. That was awesome. Yeah. So good. There's a creepy, place that we just ended up. Creepy. Back in the hotel room. Hello? You can talk to us through here. Please tell me your name. Tell me your name through this device. Please move it over here. Tell me your name. What brings you to Galveston? Why are you here? Oh, that's better. What's your name? I think I can hear you better now. Tell me your name. Rick? What's your name? Hello? Oh, maybe you'll talk later. In the early years of Galveston, gambling was legal, so it had a heavy mob presence. And the Galvez was a host to many speakeasy activities. The Hotel Galvez also safeguards a small, ghostly girl. Visitors witness this unexplained apparition near the hotel lobby and the gift shop, often seen bouncing her ball. Guests report that she wears 19th century clothing. Even construction workers have claimed to see this girl. They didn't know that she wasn't a ghost at the time, and notified the front desk that the girl was playing near the construction area. At the end of this hallway is the hotel spa. Employees of the spa would find small children's handprints on the glass, clean it, and the next day they reappear. This becomes extremely odd since children are not allowed in the spa area, and it is in the exact same hallway. This picture was taken of possibly two ghosts. One, a woman sitting behind a desk with a hat, and this other one, a man standing in front of the door. Some say you can see his legs and the buttons on his coat. One more activity for the evening. We are going to walk the route that Audra, the woman in white, would have taken to the West Turret to end her life, to see if we could get inside the West Turret. On the other side of this door are the stairs that lead up to the west turret. Unfortunately, the door is locked.
Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke myself and drink all my life. Made up my mind to make a new start, going to California with a weekend in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her head.
The rainy weather continues on to the next day. We say goodbye to the Galvez Hotel and its many inhabitants, but I'm sure it won't be the last time we visit.
Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you that we're all the same.
We make our way across the street to a place called Murdoch's.
The sea was red and the sky was gray. Wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today.
Murdoch's bathhouse has been remodeled and rebuilt numerous times from the damage of multiple hurricanes.
We're jamming right straight from your holy Mount Zion, holy Mount Zion, just seated in Mount Zion, it rules all creation. Yeah, we're jamming, up to our war, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you.
All by ourselves. All by ourselves.
Jam them up, you jamming too. Jah knows how much you try. The truth again is high to keep me satisfied. The love I know exists is the love I can't resist. So stand by my side. We're jamming. I wanna jam it with you.
Formerly the Normandy Inn, the Mansard House is a building shrouded in urban legend, particularly stories of hauntings and satanic rituals, and even a portal to hell. It was even said that this building was once owned by Galveston's first Satanist, who is buried in Galveston's graveyard. While the claims of satanic activity and human sacrifice are sensational, the house's neglected state for decades and histories of trespassers have likely contributed to the development of these urban legends. As the Normandy Inn sat vacant and neglected, it was a main stop on Galveston's ghost tour. Lots of people would break in and find remnants of satanic activity, pentagrams painted on the walls, animal bones. One story says a young boy who had broken in leapt from the top window, saying he was forced or chased out by a demon. I have found very rare footage of a tour given before the renovations took place, and was graciously offered permission to use the footage by Deep Woods Paranormal.
So this is Katie. Are you the property manager? What are you? Yeah, she's the property manager. So she's going to walk us through here and talk about some of the things she's experienced, if anything, and some of the things she's seen, so we have a little bit better understanding of what we're getting into.
Strangest thing, I'll take you upstairs. The only thing that like doors closed or energy that we've had, it's all been up here.
Yeah.
Now the little girl, she was seen in the window of the bathroom, and that's where she supposedly died from the gas fire long ago. But it was here on the second floor, and it's bathroom. So this is where this toilet was. This supposedly had like a gas furnace, and it exploded, and then the original owner that built it back in like 1902 or 3, that's where the little girl died, and that's where she's been seen in the window.
So this is second floor, immediate left, bathroom. The poor little girl died in here.
And they say that they heard children in here. People have said that they heard children playing, like a little girl playing, on this floor.
Okay.
And then this is the door. Now this is how they gain access a lot, but this is the door that closes on its own.
Oh.
And see, it has a floor to window, and that has come open. People have said that that's come open on its own. But this is how they get. I didn't know if it was draft, but this door will close on its own when you're here at night. It'll slam shut. See? It'll slam itself shut.
Wow.
And that's what scared me the first time I came, because I thought someone was in here. Every once in a while you hear footsteps, especially on the third floor. I'll take you up there. And that's the only place I've ever felt anything like. Cool spot is the third floor. Supposedly that's where the murder happened, is the master bedroom up here. But I don't know what would be considered the master. The cool spot, even in the summertime, you'll feel like a cool spot in this area. I don't feel it today, but all of a sudden you'll feel like a cool, and then look how it's preserved all that wood is under the sheetrock.
Yep.
Someone busted the window before we fixed it. You can kind of feel it. Can you feel it?
Well, I feel like as soon as we got up into this area, it feels like a pressure on my chest.
Right.
It feels, that's usually how I determine a haunt. Feels like something's.
I think this is where the murder happened. And what they explained, I was a docent for the historical foundation, And so the master, this was for like the baby, like, you know, you'd have the little crib off of the master so that the mom could be nursed or be near it. So this would be the baby's room.
Okay.
And I think, if I remember right, the family had a son, which supposedly the son killed the father. The little girl died in the fire, and then there was a baby that either lived like a day or a month. You know, there was like SIDS maybe.
So there's been multiple deaths in the house.
Yeah. Before, that's where they found like the dead chickens and sacrificial stuff. That's where they came in through the floorboards, and there used to be like satanic, you know, like
pentagrams,
and that was spray painted on the walls. But George painted all that. You know.
Okay, and that's on the first floor?
That was on the first.
Can you show me where that was?
Yeah, I think it was in the very front. But most activity's always been up here.
Okay, third floor. So this would be a good place to put all the cameras. Plus, nobody would probably come up
But
here.
the little girl, it was the second floor bathroom according to the history on it. Oh, I feel it. Do you feel it?
Oh, a cold breeze? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a cold breeze around us. Yeah.
Oh, I just got chills. But look, this is all original. None of this, I mean, it looks like just like the day it was done.
So I think I just saw an apparition straight ahead of me. Just look back for that on the camera.
Like pentagrams, and they had written it all over the walls.
Huh.
Jeez. But that room was written all over, and then they had like a circle of stones in here and like stuff in the middle, and then there was blood in that one, in that room. You guys, I can't get my light on.
I couldn't get mine working.
This is where they found the chickens and stuff. Oh no, they did paint.
Let me make sure I don't have. Let me see if I have cell phone service in here. I do.
But do you see the bullet
If I go
holes?
online.
Those are bullet holes?
Wow.
That's messed up.
But they found dead chickens and like candles, and they had written pentagrams, and then they painted in here. And I it's always the darkest.
From the window in our room at the Mansard house, you can see the Hotel Galvez. And after unpacking and settling in, we're ready to go for a walk around the premises.
Do. There's Dave. Hi, Dave. Hi there. Alright, let's go.
As beautiful as this house is now, you can feel the energy of what it used to be around every corner. The floorboards still creak. The landing of the stairs is still uneven.
Going down the stairs. Stairs are not exactly flush.
Evidence that this house has history. Here on the second floor, I start to feel a very spooky presence, like I'm being watched, like we're not alone.
Kind of a creepy feeling around here.
It's the exact same place that they felt a strange energy in the footage I showed you from Deep Woods, before I had seen it.
Oh, I thought that was somebody really singing. Alright. Could you open the door?
Yeah.
The Mansard house has been rebuilt, remodeled, and new life has been given to it by Michael and Ashley Cordray of Restoring Galveston. They have a popular show where they bring back and restore old homes all over the island of Galveston, giving new life to the island, one house at a time. They've done a fantastic job here, and if you ever have the opportunity to stay, I highly suggest it. I'll leave you a link to the episode. The large rambling house at the corner of 23rd Street and Avenue K was built as a boarding house in 1912 by George C. Smith and was designed by his new wife Louise Dowling Smith. They lived there with their twin children, Louis and Louise. They opened the boarding house on February 1st, 1913. The local newspaper said they were strictly modern, furnished with speaking tubes and a cold water spigot on every floor. In 1926, they sold the house and all of its furnishings to Jessie Bell Perry, and she ran the boarding house until her death in 1951. The building, which retained the name Perry's Place, lingered as a boarding house through the early 1970s. For the next 2 decades, the home changed hands, but underwent few construction changes. Then Norman Jones purchased the property in 1996 and began renovations. It's at this point in the house's story that its luck seems to change. He applied for a permit for the location to be used as a bed and breakfast and renamed it the Normandy Inn. Yet soon after making the improvements, he listed it for sale, complete with all of its contents. Among the interested investors who acquired about the property was one of Galveston's most notorious figures, millionaire Robert Durst, and his wife, Deborah. They expressed interest in purchasing the large home for their personal use, but just before his acquittal in the murder trial of his neighbor, Morris Black, in 2021, he was convicted of the murder of his longtime friend Susan Berman, and he died in prison. After his death, the family completed refurbishments of the home, and the historical property was offered for sale once again, fully furbished and drastically reduced price, but struggled to find a buyer. It remained for sale until investor partner George Wood Matthews, and 1 month after they purchased it, they sold the building and all of its contents. And once again, the Normandy Inn was on the market, and the building has stayed empty from the mid-90s until 2024, when bought by Michael and Ashley. They changed the name to the Mansard, the name of the style of roof, and the rest, they say, is history. If you come here, respect this place, respect this home, and maybe its permanent inhabitants will show you some hospitality as well. For Paranormal Places, this has been David Flowers. And as always, if you find yourself in the dark, remember, you're not alone.
Monkeys, monkeys, more monkeys. Oh, goodbye.
This hallway. Yeah. This is probably. We are getting close. 524, 522. Monkeys and birds. Birds and monkeys everywhere.
Well, one thing I definitely got to say is the hotel smells great. Every place I've been in, and it smells wonderful. All of the shampoos and lotions they give us, pretty beautiful and smelling great. Smelling great. It smells so good in here. It smells so good. So this is the weird effect I was saying, that your brain thinks that the monkey should be doing something different, but he's always doing the same thing. And it like flips through frames, and you're like, monkey, 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 monkey. And you're like, he's gonna take a step, or he's gonna move forward, or he's gonna like swing, but he never does. He always does the same thing. It's like, how many monkeys are there here doing the same thing? Same one. Monkey.